We're not talking about the victims that are still going through this right now with other people who are running to cover their ass and deleting their social medias. Pink, Megan Fox, Tyra Banks, Steve Harvey. Why you running?
I got a new move for you.
What is it?
I can teach guys and even women how to pose for a full body shot.
Okay, come on, show it to me.
Should I do it now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, no, keep it open. Keep it open. Okay, so everybody stand up. Can everybody stand up?
Just when you think Hollywood can't get any messier, you're hit with new creepy bombshell revelations that change everything you thought you knew about it. I mean, who would have thought Tyra Banks would get exposed as being a pimp for industry elites like Steve Harvey Chile this 2020? For Steamroll looks like it's going to touch everybody, even your faves. Tyra Banks recently got exposed for being one of the suppliers of women and children for those insane diddy parties, where they get it said and traumatized for life. Allegedly, Tyra used her show and position as host of America's Next Top Model to get access to women that she would then pimp off to men who need them for their freak-offs. And get this, apparently Tyra has a special contract with Steve Harvey, where he gets to select the best of the women she has in her catalog before she offers them to anyone else. It's wild and insane to think about, so we need to break this down real quick.
Diddy's been a menace since making the band when he made them people leave.
Hey, Chappelle told us.
He's been a menace. Tyra's a menace. Like Tyra Banks?
Oh,
yeah.
I believe it, yeah.
Like, oh, you have long, pretty hair, bald. Oh, you're bald-headed, wig. Like, she was so mean to the girls. Like, she gave bully energy.
Oh, for real?
Yes.
I feel like that was like, I'm not defending her. It's just rude, right? But I feel like that's like...
That's the industry. That's the
industry, yeah.
No. My mom, like, I used to do pageants and stuff, and my mom always used to make me, like, watch it. And she's like, don't you want to be on her show? And I was like, absolutely.
So Tyra Banks recently started going viral after a Diddy whistleblower named Allison Carter named her and Steve Harvey, along with many other celebrities who were allegedly selling kids to Diddy for his wild freak-off parties. Okay, we know every Tom and Harry has had something to say about Diddy and his so-called freak-offs, and now it's not even clear what is true or what isn't any longer. However, Ally Carter has been calling out Diddy and his associates for years now. I'm talking way before the lawsuits, before the federal raid, before the 1,000 bottles of baby oil, before all that. Ally has revealed that she is also a victim of Diddy's FOSS, and she blamed Child Protection Services for being in bed with these celebrities. According to her, one of the main ways Diddy and his people get access to children is through child protection services. Her main concern has always been the horrific things kids are made to do at the parties.
Kid. And all of this situation, everything that we're talking about, everything that I've been talking about, I was under the age of 18. Let's start there. Okay, I was sold a lot in foster care. A lot of stuff happened in my life with the family I was with. CPS reports go back to 3 months old. I remember 4 years old, and everything took off from there.
Oh, and Allison has always named names earlier this year. Ally did an affidavit of truth where she named drop celebrities like Birdman, Denzel Washington, Diddy, and Young Jock. She also described how those parties usually went down. According to her, children were used as body cakes, meaning the kids would lie on the table and people would put food on them, and the partygoers would eat off the naked kids. Here's how the party usually started. Once everyone was searched and inside, the DJ sounded the music and the lights flashed, signaling that everyone was in and the doors were closed. This signaled that the orgy could begin. The kids that had been bought at the party were bought to be party favors. The party favors basically meant that the kids were set on a table and had to wait for people to come choose them for X. Once they were done having X, the kids were placed back on the party favor table, and someone else could then come and pick them out from the table and repeat the process. Hold on to your edges, guys, because it gets much worse. According to the document, there were fetishes happening everywhere, and they kind of separated them into areas where specific were happening. For instance, the fetish of having X in blood was in one area, while having X with animals was in another area. People were just in a crazed and X frenzy. There were outlying doors around the edges of the room. Some of the doors were shut, but you could still see the food X table, the party favor table, and many other things. There were different types of X parties happening in different areas of the house, Ally then described one particular incident where a comedian at one of the parties complained that after his performance, there was no one for him to F backstage, so they offered Ally to him, and he broke the no NLX rule and did it with her anyway and just laughed. She said, "I screamed for my handler. Pimp, everyone was laughing, and I ended up getting in trouble. I was then told to have X on the table with the girl who was my age. Then they brought in donkeys and burros, and we had to have X with them. There were several girls that had to have X with animals, while everyone watched another girl's, and I ended up throwing up afterward, and they rubbed our faces in each other's vomit as a punishment, guys. The horror, can you imagine being a kid and getting scarred for life because grown men and women with too much money feel like they can get away with anything? What's crazy is that according to Ally, she and her family got in trouble because of her speaking up after. She first went viral. She lost her home and struggled to get her life back on track. However, that didn't stop her from speaking her truth. Though in a recent interview, she dropped some new names of celebrities who not only participated in these parties, but were directly involved in procuring the children used for those sick, ritualistic orgies. And of course, one of the names Ally mentioned was Tyra Banks.
The Diddy was arrested. I left a place that I was in, minding my own business, finally trying to stop for a second and get my life back. And you know what? I'm not even upset about that. I'm upset about the fact that I have to walk back into this place and I have to tell you all goodbye. So if you know who I am and you know me as Justice, you know I'm about to walk into this building and tell you I gotta go. Nobody ever thinks about the victims. Nobody. The victims' lives get turned around when the predators' lives want to just get announced. You slap them on the wrist and you bring up every source of trauma for the victim. But nobody wants to stop and think about that. We're not talking about the victims that are still going through the right now with other people who are running to cover their ass and deleting their social medias. Pink, Megan Fox, Tyra Banks, Steve Harvey. Why you running? You know what a part of me feels like? You know what? Good, run. Because then you get to see how it feels to have to jump and throw everything that you give a damn about away for 2 seconds. Get a moment of peace for not a damn moment. Not a moment of peace. You take it and you run.
Tyra Banks is as controversial as they come, and she has been linked to many of the most problematic men in the industry. For instance, Tyra and Diddy have been very close friends for a long time, sending each other gifts, appearing in the same industry events and running. In similar circles, Tyra also used to be a frequent guest at Diddy's white parties, so there's speculation that she probably got the invite to the more exclusive after parties. Now, according to sources, Tyra shares an even closer bond with Steve Harvey, as we said before. Ollie Carter named Steve Harvey alongside Tyra Banks as the people who used to attend the freak-offs together. Tyra has appeared in many interviews with Steve, and they always appear to be very friendly with each other, sharing jokes and banter as usual.
Freestyle rap.
Freestyle what I got to say to you,
Okay.
Mr. Aubrey.
Aubrey. No wonder he put Drake on the album cover.
However, if word on the street is anything to go by, then Tyra and Steve's relationship goes way deeper than that. Allegedly, Tyra is Steve's personal plug for women, and she would often supply him with sometimes girls that weren't exactly legal, yet nothing like a little pimping between friends. To strengthen the friendship, when these rumors started going around, it wasn't that difficult to believe Tyra would be involved in something as shady as that. I mean, her reputation isn't exactly squeaky clean. To begin with, Tyra is the brain behind the famous reality TV show America's Next Top Model and another show named after her, The Tyra Banks Show. Now, of course, she has had a very successful and colorful career. But between Top Model and The Tyra Banks Show, Tyra has earned a mean girl reputation. Former contestants on Top Model have opened up about how horribly Tyra treated them and the types of weird things she allowed to pass on the show in the name of being controversial, things like body shaming, homophobia, sexism, and even racism. The irony is that Tyra said she created this show to be different and challenge industry norms. The modeling industry can be very toxic and unwelcoming of change, so at the time, Tyra seemed like a revolutionary. However, some of the clips from the show started going viral recently, and Tyra faced serious backlash for just how unhinged some of the things she allowed to go into the show were. For example, there's this one clip that has been going around where Tyra is asking a gay contestant to be like less gay or something.
Like I'm gay and I'm really proud of it. I think there's a certain thing of being proud. Like I'm black and proud, you know what I mean? But I'm not like walking on the red carpet. I'm black. Yeah, I'm proud. You know what I'm saying?
This clip is actually funny because Tyra received a GLAAD award for LGBTQ representation and inclusion in 2009. Another time, Tyra faced backlash for arranging photo shoots where girls' skins were darkened on purpose so they could portray different races than their own. When she was later asked about it in a 2009 interview, she said, "I'm sorry to anybody that watched Top Model and was offended by the pictures because they didn't understand the real story behind them, or even if you did see the whole episode and we're still offended, I truly apologize because that is not my intention. My intention is to spread beauty and break down barriers." Tyra was always going on about how she wanted to break barriers and all that, but that still didn't excuse some of the things she did on set. For instance, in Cycle, before one contestant, Kenya, complained about being touched inappropriately by a male model. And what did Tyra do? She brushed it off and blamed the contestant for not controlling the situation. This same contestant, Kenya, was also constantly fat-shamed and encouraged to diet so she wouldn't gain too much weight in photo shoots. Kenya was forced to dress as the deadly sin of gluttony or wear an elephant costume while the show played some weird sound effects and zoomed in on her stomach. Then there was another instance in Cycle 7 where a contestant complained about the male model she was paired with being racist toward her and Tyra, and the judging panel responded that it was her job to kiss him and find a way to work with him regardless of whatever he did.
100 kisses, Tyra.
Oh, God! We have to practice.
No, in this moment, only you cheat. Don't practice, okay?
Well, what if we don't get to practice anymore?
No sé.
So propos? No. So do you want me to be like that?
No, I don't like it. We're almost done here.
You what?
You understand?
No.
You think, oh my God. Okay. I say, I don't like it.
Good.
Jada's partner, Nacho, tells Jada that he doesn't even like black girls. She's like, are you serious?
No one should be treated like that. I would hate if I had that guy.
Like a rabbit?
He doesn't want to help me.
I'm worried about tomorrow's shoot because I have to make out with this guy who's an idiot and a jerk. And he says he doesn't like black girls.
I cannot do this. Oh my God.
Actions speak louder than words. So if you look defeated, it reads as defeat.
Okay.
Jada, can I tell you something? First of all, you can't cry because we don't have time to fix your makeup.
Sorry.
What's the problem?
I can't do this.
I'm crying because I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated that I have to kiss this guy. I'm frustrated that I suck really bad at this. I just hope I don't ever have to go through that again.
It was like watching a car crash. Oh, God.
That was a big old open sore.
That was appalling. I mean, it's...
You obviously cannot act. You just fell flat on your face, really.
Told me that this is the guy that said that he didn't want to kiss a black girl.
He doesn't like black girls.
Oh.
That guy said that?
He told me that to me the night before, and I feel like he's crawling in his skin just to kiss me.
Bottom line is you've got to take control. It's not about him. He's just an extra.
That should not have stopped her from doing the job that she was sent there to do.
Tyra has also faced backlash for forcing models on the show to go through unnecessary cosmetic procedures. Like, we can't forget this viral clip where Tyra begged Danielle, the winner of Cycle 6, for refusing to close the gap in her teeth. Tyra and the other judges ripped into her, telling her that the gap in her teeth was not marketable, and she had to get rid of it to have a future in modeling.
So, Danielle, you went to the dentist, but you refused to have your gap closed.
Do you really think you can have a CoverGirl contract with the gap in your mouth?
Yeah, why not?
This is all people see. It's easy to reach beautiful CoverGirl. It's not marketable.
Yeah, just a little bit is okay, but I don't want to completely close it.
Well, I guess she just left the gap wide open for another girl, baby.
I agree.
The irony of this was that a few cycles later, Tyra made another contestant to widen the gap in her teeth for no reason apart from all that there were the little moments where she did things that were just purely mean, like the time she forced a contestant to do a shoot where she had to lay in a coffin at the base of an 8-foot grave in the same week the contestant found out one of her friends had died, or the time the show aired the conversation between a contestant and her boyfriend after the contestant admitted to cheating on him.
Well, I have something I gotta tell you. Another boy dance with me.
Did he touch your butt?
He touched my hip, but no, I just wanted to tell you that.
No, whatever, because this is just dripping with hypocrisy.
I would feel really if I didn't call him. I'm sorry, I just would because.
Okay, then call him and say, I have a boyfriend. You obviously told him that.
No, I didn't.
And don't even get me started on the endless roles of contestants crying on film, like Shirt Top Model aired at a time when certain things could fly without the risk of getting canceled. And the viewers had different tastes back then, but some of the things Tyra did were just purely out of spite and completely unnecessary. With that kind of mean streak, fans weren't surprised when rumors started floating around that she was responsible for pimping out some of the girls on the show to industry men looking for women to use as party favors. As for Steve Harvey, he has also been making the news rounds lately after fans started digging up old receipts showing how Steve does Diddy's dirty work for him without question. There were even rumors that Steve pimped his daughter Lori out to Diddy after his ex-wife Kim Porter passed away at the time Diddy was pushing 50, and Lori was like half his age with Diddy's history. Steve should have known better than to allow Diddy to have access to her. Now, get this, allegedly Lori and Diddy's relationship was a way for Steve to pay back Diddy some of the debt he owned. But that's not all. Allegedly Lori also had to do whatever Diddy wanted her to do, including engaging in Foss. Folks pointed out that Lori was spotted wearing white nail polish around Diddy. If you recall, in Cassie's Law lawsuit, she claimed that Diddy would make her wear white nail polish and lingerie to contrast with the skin of the BBCs Diddy used to employ for the freak-offs. So yeah, the whole thing with Lori set off major red flags. And the more people look into Steve, the more they uncover shady links between him and Diddy. As for Tyra, the plot keeps getting thicker, and people keep digging up more receipts showing how she has many skeletons in her closet. But do you guys think Tyra Banks is really out here selling women off to industry men? And do you think we're about to see Tyra get exposed with Steve Harvey? Comment down below. And don't forget to check out this next video.